Hi, everybody. This is Lovelyn. Betrayal is a thing of life. It is common. We experience it. If you live long on this earth, you will get the joy of experiencing it multiple times and in every single area of your life, whether it's personal, whether it's business, you will experience betrayal, and from all kinds of people, from your family members, from friends, from your business partners. We're going to focus on the business angle of it. And I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened with me and my business. 2 years ago, I did a transaction and it was approved by board. Everybody was on board because it was an exciting transaction. And we had a goal of what this transaction was going to do. There was a whole plan and everything. And then the transaction went south. I felt betrayed. I felt that I was getting screwed over personally, business-wise. And you know the thing with a business decision, once it starts going south and you are the one who kind of gave the approval or brought the idea and everything, even though everybody was on board before, everybody starts saying, well, I had my doubts and this, and I didn't want us to do it. But when you motivated for it and you pushed for the transaction, everybody saw the bright side of it and everybody actually went with it joyfully. Now, put that aside, I'm not talking about my internal company thing, because ultimately everybody in the company supported me and everything, and we went through the whole process. But the fact was, we felt screwed over in that transaction and the way it went. And I felt it personally because it was a thing of, I had become friendly with this person and this company, and then things did not go as planned. I actually had foreseen that we could do more transactions and more partnerships with them in the future. But all of these other things happened and I felt betrayed. And one of the things that came out in one of the board meetings was, this is the problem with doing business with young Black people. And I also felt, yes, there was validity in that. Although I am young and I'm Black, but somebody was giving the rest of us a bad name because of whatever reasons it was that they did what they did and how the transaction went. Now, all of us go through different things in business, and, they were going through their own stuff, and somehow that affected us in our business. And whatever the situation was, ultimately, there was some sort of resolution to it. But in the moment and the process of it, it was painful and it was a betrayal, and we felt that we were screwed over. And if you look at different business transactions that you have done, just think about it. Whether it's you paying for something and it was never delivered. Yes, some of you watching this video, you have paid for something and those goods never came. You felt screwed over. Or maybe you did it to somebody else and you felt you were justified in doing that because you had other hardships. But you're not thinking, how is this affecting the person on the receiving end of that screw over? So when we screw people over, we justify it, right? We justify it and we say, well, I'm not screwing the person over. These are the reasons why I behaved this way and I did the transaction this way, or I didn't do X, Y, Z. But the person receiving that other side of it feels very screwed over, and that person's feeling is very valid, because they are receiving all of this negativity and this bad thing that is, bad for business and bad for them personally. But here is the thing, whether we are screwed over 1,000 times, we must continue to do business 1,001 times. You can't get bogged down by being screwed over. It's like saying that because you dated a guy and that guy dumped you, then you don't want to date another guy in the future. Because of that, you never want to get married, and because of that, you don't want to have children. And because of one bad experience, you write off the whole human race. That is not the way life is. You kind of do yourself a disservice as well. When you close yourself to opportunities out there because you feel betrayed by somebody or by a company, you close yourself out to opportunities. You close yourself out to success. You put people away. You push them away. And when someone even thinks of, oh, this opportunity might be good for you, they won't call you because you have closed yourself up. So don't use one person's betrayal to paint everybody. Not everybody who does business is looking to screw people over. And sometimes even those who screw people over, they just found themselves in a bad situation. The problem is they did not communicate their bad situation so that that person could mitigate their loss and you could mitigate your loss. So don't be closed off to opportunities. Don't be closed off to business. Don't be closed off to the world. This is the world we are in. If you are in business, it will happen again and again. I'm just telling you, just prepare your heart, just prepare yourself, just prepare your pocket. But the one thing I want us to know is when it happens, we need to learn. And there is that saying that there is some things that happen that you don't learn anything from it. Well, the thing is, you learn that certain people, you should never do business with them again. It's just what it is. Like, I would never do business with certain people, but it doesn't mean that that kind of business, I will not do it with another person, because it's not necessarily the business idea. It might just be that person and what they did and how they executed it. So don't be closed to opportunities because you got screwed over. Be prepared for the next screw over, because it will come. But if you're ready for it and you know the signs, you can mitigate it. And in many cases, you can definitely prevent it, because prevention is definitely better than cure. All right. Have a good one. Do not be closed off this week. Do not be closed off this month. Do not be closed off ever. Be open to opportunities. But you know what? Be open with your eyes, with your ears, with all of your senses. Do not go in blindly. Don't get carried away by sweet words. Don't get carried away by people telling you they know this, they know that, and they have this door. They can connect you with that. They can connect you with whoever. Look at the facts. Look at the opportunity objectively. Get somebody else who can look at it objectively with you, not the kind of people that kind of just ruin your ideas or tear your ideas down, but the ones that will bring value to your business. Okay, and get it done. All right, let us go out there and be amazing business people, because our community is waiting for us to do that. Have a good one. Stay blessed. This has been Lovelyn Bassi. Bye.